Hello and welcome to our coverage of the PokerStars Championship live from Prague. I'm with Daniel Dvoress, who is playing the 50k super high roller right now. First of all, let's talk a little bit how it's going. The last level didn't seem like a great one for you.
Yeah, it wasn't great, but it wasn't awful. I think I have a little bit under average, so a little bit less than what I started the day with, but I think it's still going pretty well. The table definitely got tougher as the day went on.
Shemion on your right.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of chips anymore, so that's a work in progress.
All right. Well, you spoke to some of our team yesterday as well. We did a little interview on you. Amazing year you've had. You have so many tournament earnings, like over 6 million, and still no trophy. Is it bothering you?
Not really, no. It's just funny at this point that it hasn't happened. I haven't even won like a 1K or something, which I remembered after the interview. In Panama, I had, I think, a 2-1 or a 3-1 chip lead in some 1K turbo side event and just managed to come second. But no, it doesn't really bother me.
But it would be nice to get a trophy.
It would be nice.
I'm sure you have a mantelpiece waiting for some.
Yeah, it would be nice to get one. I'm sure it'll come eventually.
Well, Prague could be the time to do it, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this tournament. This would be sort of an easier one to do it in because it's one of the smaller 50Ks.
Yeah, and you had over 3 million in earnings just this year alone, I think. Talk us through what was the highlight of that year?
There wasn't really a big highlight because there was always so much going on, and you never really, yeah, it just doesn't really occur to you what's happening as you're going through the motions because a lot of it was in Monaco. I think I cashed for almost 2 million there, and the tournaments were just back to back. Obviously, as that's happening, your adrenaline's pretty high, so you're on like 4 hours of sleep, and then you don't really realize what's happening. And then right after Monaco, I just went home and played online for like 3 weeks because it was Scoop, so I didn't really have time to reflect on it. So yeah, it's just kind of a blur.
Are you preferring one over the other? Do you prefer playing live now to online?
A little bit, yeah. I think it's a function of, I feel as I've gotten a little bit older, it's harder to play a lot of tables online, and I enjoy the social aspect of playing live and just having people from different nationalities and all that. I think that's a lot of fun too. And
you're really into your health and fitness. How do you keep going with that when you're on tour somewhere like here, where it's really cold? You're not going to go outside and do anything, are you?
There's a good here particularly. There's a good gym, but yeah, it's hard sometimes. Sometimes after a poker trip, I come back home pretty like deflated, like in terms of just not in good shape compared to before I left.
Yeah. And talk us through what's coming up. So obviously Prague, is that going to be the last trip of the year for you?
Yeah, then I'm going to go back home to Toronto for Christmas and New Year's, and then I'm there for a week or two, and then it's PCA.
Okay. And also someone told me you speak fluent Russian. How did this come about?
I do, yeah. I was actually born in Russia, and my family moved here in '96, so I was 8. And I remember growing up, so it was just myself and my parents here, and my uncle and so my cousins, and they just forced us to only speak Russian at home. And I remember being like 12 or 13, just sort of learning English, always wanting to speak English to them, and them always like yelling at us, like, you must speak Russian, you can't speak English at home, thinking like, oh wow, this is like pretty annoying. And now, especially like at these live stops, there's a lot of
I guess it's a benefit, you're understanding what they're saying.
And I feel like I can socialize with more people too. So I guess thanks, Mom and Dad.
Thank you. What is thank you? Spasiba?
Spasiba. Yeah,
I know one word. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us. We hope to create one highlight for you at the end of this trip.
All right, let's hope so. Thank you.
Daniel Dvoress, I'm Laura Cornelius. You're watching PokerNews.com.